Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tanks Invest. Talk about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's items only, the investment top today will be Ethereum, ticker ETH. It's my second video that I'm posting again today. I wasn't planning on posting so soon, about some free time, and with respect to the selloff that we're experiencing right now, is mainly coming from a relatively serious catalyst that came out from a media affectation front. And the driver of this sell-off is coming from the article that came out from CNBC about 45 minutes ago, right? Talking about Coinbase, which is, as you know, a crypto exchange app, is being slammed for what users say is terrible customer service after hackers hacked and drained their accounts. And it seems like CNBC has done an interview with over thousands of Coinbase users across the country, and I believe the country specifically in the United States, found that thousands have complained against the companies, right, with respect to a collections of either accounts being frozen, or the accounts shutting down, or not be able to access their accounts when it's opportune time for investors like you and I to liquidate or obviously to buy at the ideal level that we have identified so far, right? And with respect to, in addition to not being functional, there's also a lot of like compliance and hacking activities that's been cultivating at the same time, where there's a pattern of accounts being taken over by hackers around the world, where users see their money suddenly just vanish from their accounts. And with these vanishments collectively, right? These customers have been just struggling, trying to reach the customer service representative, but their only portal for customers to reach to Coinbase representative is by email, right? And email are oftentimes like 24 hours to like 48 hours type of respond time. And for something as monetary driven as a dynamic as cryptocurrencies, 24 hours to 48 hours is like a lifetime for how volatile your accounts can change overnight or over 2 days specifically, right? And with respect to some of the unfortunate users, it seems like they have been having a tough time trying to recuperate or get their money back, if you may, or their investments, which are oftentimes not a minimal amount, right? For me, I do have close to about 6 digits of cryptocurrencies in my account right now, which is a relatively sizable one, and it is scary to see these type of activities. And with respect to some interviews that former employees has mentioned about the customer service practice, it seems like they are metamorphosizing over time. They're shifting over time. It's just like they're drinking from a fire hose on a daily basis. It's difficult for them to keep up with the demands, which is, frankly, is a good thing in a top line perspective for a company, but it's a bad thing in terms of, the value proposition, how it could hinder their reputation that subsequently could create some sort of customer churns, right? People could be shifting on to other platforms that are more reliable or more, user friendly or more effective or efficient, if you may, right? And with respect to Coinbase representative, the spokesperson, talk about that, the company is working hard on fixing this issue going forward, right? And this is something that they have experienced for the last 1 year so far. This is not the first time I've experienced this. Personally, I've experienced like over 3 occurrences where I couldn't buy or couldn't sell at an ideal time when I was looking to do so, right? Which is obviously unfortunate. So we are seeing some sell off across the board with respect to Ethereum right now. We are, as today we tested $3,360, but we couldn't reach the 3,385. So we're just hovering on a sideways fashion right now. Ideally, just like trading on a comfort level, and 3,250 seems like we are forming some sort of platform. As a good thing, in the long-term value proposition and the architectural financial assets perspective, we are slowly building the building blocks to further escalate or erect the building that we want to build upon, aka the Ethereum building, right? So with respect to the platform that we are seeing right now, we are basically selling off to get to the next level of comfort zone, right? And with respect to the cycle, we are still enduring in more of a euphoric stage at the moment. And with respect to large catalysts on Thursday to Saturday coming up on Jackson Hole, We'll hear more about the quantitative tightening or the tapering plan or the timeline going forward from Jerome Powell. And we might even hear more verbiage about the crypto bills that Don Byers and Janet Yellen. And obviously, Gary Gensler from the SEC has been cultivating or working on establishing some guideline or some structure. It seems like the compliance, it is important for us to have it, to prevent these type of hacking activities to be cultivating any further, right? The last thing we want to be is to lose all your money for no freaking reason, and we hate that. We do not accept that, and Coinbase has that fiduciary duty as we ingrain the trust into the company, to protect our assets and obviously give us the efficiency to trade and exchange with what they're proposing as their value proposition, right? So with respect to the level that we at right now, on top of the Coinbase news, we're also seeing some green pressure, and I think this is a sign of sector rotation that's cultivating among hedge funds, which also can have some anti-equivalent effects to the crypto market. Will also drive the selling pressure right now, right? Ideally, just to recap on with respect to the technical analysis, I think 3,000 is still the level that you want to eye at, $2 cost average at, to basically swing trade in a short term perspective. But ideally for me, it's like 2,750, 2,450, right? And if we go back into the cheat sheet and the breakdown chart, again, these are the level identified so far. And, we are seemingly to be somewhere around like the bull trap area or the return to normal area. We are thinking that, oh, we're just going to be trading on sideways fashion. This is the reason why people are thinking like, oh, we're just going to be trading on a sideways fashion for a while. But next thing you know, you're going to see more fear coming. And September has always been a negative month for crypto, right? If you look back into the charts, it's a negative on both the equity side, but also on the crypto side as well. So we have to be aware that we might be seeing more fear and capitulation, and ideally hit despair to hit back to the ideal level of potentially 2,450 in the near term, and then return to back to normal as we further cultivate for the next takeoff or the stealth phase and the awareness phase going forward. But long term wise, if you're buying now, 9,800, 3.3 times your money if you buy the $3,000 level. And that's it for today with respect to technical analysis. Appreciate you. This is just a quick update. So feel free to give me a shout if you have any questions, and stay tuned for this come up. Take care. Bye.